Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a premium medium database question that I just solved on my own. So I'm really happy about this, and I'm very glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance. So let me show you how I did it. This question is called Group Employees of the Same Salary, number 1875. So basically, the question is asking you to divide the employees into teams that have at least 2 employees. I found that doesn't really matter. I didn't even check for that, and it still passed. So either way, all the employees should have the same salary. And the important part is if the salary is unique, don't even include that in the output. So I like to just take care of this requirement first. So let's call this salaries, and let's do a hash map of these salaries. So that allows us to go ahead and detect this condition and not include anything with a value of 1, any key with a value of 1. And then now basically we can go ahead and start assigning, because the salary is going to be the key, because we're going to get the employee ID and the name for that particular salary, and then we're going to sort it. So this is the first smallest, this is the second smallest, because again the salaries are grouped together. So hopefully that's not too confusing. If you look at the examples, hopefully you can see the pattern. So basically next we're going to loop through. So create a default dict of type list and loop through the employees table. Loop through the salary, because that's going to be, as long as this condition can't be unique. So if salaries of E is not equal to 1, then it's not unique, because otherwise it has to be bigger than 1. It cannot be 0, otherwise it wouldn't be in this hash map. So in that case, we can go ahead and append the salary as the key and append the emp ID and the name. So employees, employee ID of I, employees, name of I, and then basically now if we print this dictionary, you can see we have all that we need, except we got to make sure these keys are sorted. There's no, I didn't do that yet, so I'm just going to say I'm going to turn it into a normal dictionary. We don't need a default dict of list, because the value of each key is already set in stone. So turn it back into a sorted version with just the keys. So use d.items, that's what we're using, and then key equals lambda x0. X0 in this case means sorting by the key in ascending order. Okay, so now last but not least, we have to gather our results, and the team ID starts at 1 and keeps incrementing if you observe. So for each key we're going to want, let's go ahead and print k and dk, and also the count, because count is going to be incremented by 1 each time, because this is a unique key. So 1 and 2, perfect. And then you can see that 3, or there is no 3 because this is not included. And we're going to go ahead and append the employee ID and then the name. So employee ID in this case for n and dk. So for each sublist, going to append the employee ID, which is n of 0, and then the name, which is n of 1, and then the salary, which is just going to be the key, the original key to the dictionary, and then the team ID is going to be just going to be count, right? So now if we print answer, we should have everything fully lined up to what we see in the output here. Cool. So this is each row, is each array in the matrix. Cool. So that lines up pretty well. So let's go ahead and gather the results by creating 4 different columns. One.append a0, a1, and then create an empty data frame, set each column manually. I'm sure there's a more efficient way to do this, but this has been my way of doing it just because it's easy and it makes sense to me. So salary and team ID. Let's return the data frame and run this. Okay, submit it. And there you go, passes all test cases. So again, I'm super glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help and solve it completely on my own. So the runtime and memory are also very good. Let's try to get rid of this print statement again and see. Probably won't improve. Okay, yeah, this can't rely too much on this, but I mean, the percentages can change and fluctuate randomly in my experience, but either way, yep, that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed and this made sense, and stay tuned for more.